Boys, what's happening? Right, we are now 2 days out from Samson Dauda Grand Prix on Saturday. Today's obviously Thursday, if you can't work that out. Thursday the 7th of August. Oh, what idiots parked there like that. Don't you hate it when you're reversing out your drive and people park right opposite where you're coming out? Idiots. Ticket women. Right, so yeah, and today we've got chest. Guess what, boys, we're pretty much ready to rock and roll. So this week so far, we started as peak week on Sunday. We did, like I said, because we've been doing lowish carbs this last week. Well, low for me. Been doing 150 on rest days, and about 300-400 on us training days. Steps were 15,000 a day. Yeah, and then Sunday we dropped steps down to just 6k. And it was a rest day. We upped carbs from 150 to 500, sorry. And we dropped a kilo. Then Monday and Tuesday, we did 700 carbs. Monday, 700 carbs Tuesday. And again, we've been doing 8 litres of water since Sunday as well. Just up from usual 6 or 7. We've slowly been filling up. Yesterday was a rest day, and we just did just over 500 carbs yesterday. And as it was a rest day, so it gave us perfect chance for me to, before and after every meal. So before every meal, I'd send Cuba my weight, and then an hour after every meal, I'd send in pictures as well. Just so I could see how my body sort of responded through the day, and how it was filling up. And yeah, we've filled out nicely, man. We filled out very nicely. Pushed it to the point where we spilled a little bit. That's what we like to do. And then so today, now we've sort of like spilled it a tiny bit. Now we can start pulling back a little bit on the carbs. Today we've got just a bit less than 500, and then tomorrow we'll probably same or maybe a little bit lower, and tomorrow we'll probably reduce water a touch. But yeah, people get scared of spilling, but obviously like 3 days out, say that we didn't spill yesterday, we'd be having to push again today and potentially wanting to spill today, because it just gives you, you just want to know where the line is, and it gives you like an idea of when's too far, and then you can sort of start pulling back from there. But yeah, the peaking process is well underway. I'm very happy with condition. The fullness is going to be there. I just hope we bring it on Saturday, boys. Exciting stuff. Yeah, like I said, I've got no big expectations of where to place. I just want to obviously beat last year's showing. So visually, obviously, I want to be bigger, more conditioned. Condition was good last year. Bigger, just as conditioned, if not more. And yeah, and ideally, I want to sort of like, I do want to turn some heads at this show. I do want to sort of like get noticed, whether I win it or not. I want to get noticed. I do want to establish myself now as a top quality amateur UK bodybuilder. And then next year 2026, 2027, that's when I want to be sort of like on the verge of like being good enough to turn pro. People say it this year, but people just blow smoke up your ass, man. You don't got like, I don't. Obviously, you can be confident in yourself, but people just sort of like blow smoke up your ass, man. It's like you're as good as your last showing. Checking pictures mean nothing. All that matters is how you look on stage. And obviously last time I was on stage, I was too small. Condition was there, but I was too small, so nowhere near the like standard was there to turn pro. Nowhere near. So again, that's why this year, grow, see how much bigger we are, see how far away we are from being sort of like at that competitive level enough to turn pro. And yeah, and then the plan will probably be after this show. Same again, grow as much as we can, make sure we bring the condition, and go from there. Nice and simple. Nice and simple. I don't know if you can see, but you see these little bastards. So I don't know if you guys have ever done it. I'm sure some of you will have done. But there's an amino acid called Lcarnitine, yeah, which is not very bioavailable if you take it orally. So you basically you absorb it best doing it intramuscular or subcutaneously. Basically, you've got to inject it in you. It stings like a bitch. It's not this one doesn't that bad. It's Riz's from Engineered Subs. Shout out to Riz. But yeah, it's good for CV health, heart health. There's so many benefits, man. There's so many benefits. As well as it's meant to be good for like a pump and that, but it's more for the health benefits why I take it. Like you can't take the steroid drugs or the drugs that are going to be sort of like detrimental to your health, and then swerve all the stuff that's going to help push your health in the right way. It's just one of those things where it is what it is. Because it is something where I just like I said before, I hate all these jobs, man. I hate injecting. It is a bit of a fad, it's not a fad because all these peptides that are coming out, all the studies are showing how good they are. But yeah, like we said, we don't like injecting, but it's one of them. You got to do what you got to do, especially when it comes to your health and looking after your body. Yeah. Right. So today we have got chest. We're going to do chest, bit of side delts, and some triceps. We're still going to move some weight, but again, especially on the compound presses, we're not going to go to failure. We're going to stay at least one rep shy of failure, but we're still going to move some weight. Yeah, and hopefully the pump should be a lot better today than what it's been. Now that all the carbs are in, now that we've had Tuesday, now that we've had a good 4 days of carbs. So yeah, chest today. And so another thing what we found out yesterday, so during this sort of like carb up, yesterday we switched all my protein sources to chicken breast. So basically pulled whey out. We have kept eggs in, but we basically pulled whey out, and it was a good quality whey that I'm using. Don't bloat me. So I thought, I've got no issues. Same with oats, we swerved oats. We've been avoiding sauces a little bit as well. And one thing what we noticed is my body is holding so much less water. And obviously a lot of that water will have been from fatigue, but it's also a sign that there's a little bit of intolerance there. And obviously, not the end of the world. Most people have intolerances. Even like I said, I didn't even know it. So if you're watching this, you've probably got a little bit of an intolerance somewhere. But like I said, whey doesn't upset my stomach. I've got no issues with any dairy. I can eat it for days, no problem whatsoever. I can smash ice cream, I'll tell you that, no problem. But yeah, but obviously if it's causing a bit of inflammation in my body, unwanted inflammation, then why not pull it? And one thing that I did realise as well is that my digestion just felt so good, and as well, because I was eating chicken and eating actual meat every meal for the 6 meals, I felt a little bit fuller, and I wasn't really craving. because you can, you know what it's like, you can start getting whey, cream of rice, oats, almond butter, whatever, you're mixing it in with these berries, you can, this got this, you can get that little cravings where it makes you want more and more. Whereas what I noticed is that just swapping the whey for chicken, it was like, I enjoyed that and it's that better, but the cravings weren't there because obviously the sweetener's not there either. So yeah, Nick Walker style for a little bit, chicken every meal, and then obviously rice, maybe cream of rice here and there. Yeah, and obviously, so yesterday we pulled all veg out, so now we've just got like berries and fruit in, so literally like what we've been having. Blueberries, we have a shitload of blueberries, dates, raisins, whichever, pineapple and apple, yeah, taster. And we're still doing a gram of salt, a gram of pink salt and half a gram of low salt on every meal now, so controlling all variables, and obviously, you know, we're going hard on the cinnamon. But yeah, this meal here, what we've got now, pre-workout, we've got 100 grams raw weight rice, we've got 100 gram of cooked weight chicken, I've got 50 gram of pineapple, and I've got just 10 grams of dates chopped up, gram of salt, half a gram of low salt, and a shitload of cinnamon. And what I've done today is actually I've swerved my coffee today. We're gonna avoid pull the caffeine now till after the show. Just another thing, like I said, control all variables. If we don't need it, we don't have it in. But yeah, I think that's enough said, and I'll see you guys in the gym for chest. Right boys, we're here at the muscle unit. Right, first exercise, we're going to do some side lateral raises with some dumbbells. I'm going to use the Panata machine, but there's some joker saying he's got his full workout on it today. So, one of them. But yeah, dumbbells will hit it just as good. Tension comes off at the bottom slightly, but is what it is. Dumbbells work. Plenty of guys that have built big delts just with dumbbells. Bands of Pitbull being one of them. So yeah, no excuses. 2 sets of these, 10 to 20. Obviously, closer to 12, sort of like the better. On these, because delts are sort of like side delts are the smallest muscle, we can go close to failure, but we're definitely not going past failure. So as soon as I can no longer get sort of like a good rep, that's it, set over. We've already done a warm-up set. I think I did 67 reps. Right, first working set now. Let's get it. Oh. 12 reps. Felt beautiful, that good that we're going to stay on that and do another set. Perfect. Oh. that guy's done on the fly machine. Right, let's go a jump on that. We're going to do 1 set decline fly, light up that chest. So today in the intra, unfortunately we've got no carbs, no EAAs, basically just no flavourings. We've just got a bit of creatine and a bit of glutamine. Obviously creatine, 1,000,001 benefits. Glutamine is just going to help a little bit with digestion and a little bit of hydration as well. Not as refreshing as usual, put it that way, but does the job. Right, did a little warm-up set on this. On his working set, I just want 1 good set, 12 to 15. Like I say, I can go close to failure on an isolation, but we just don't want to start going past it. Just because, obviously now being 2 days out, what'll happen is the more we go to failure, especially if we go past failure, it'll just make it so hard to fill out and look full and fresh on stage. We don't want to, it'll obviously cause a little bit of inflammation as well. We want to be nice, dry, full and fresh. Right, 1 good set of these, let's get it. Oh yeah. Oh. Tell you what, first good chest pump I've felt in a little bit. Still doesn't feel maximal, but it's definitely there. Right, let's go for a compound press. Ideally an incline Smith. Let's see if it's free. I'm a big believer that a good incline press is going to be what puts the most mass on your chest. That's what's worked for me over the years anyway. A nice incline press, not too inclined. I just find it a little bit better than flat. I find it easier to sort of like engage my chest, but obviously not too flat, not too inclined. A lot of people like a 30 degree. I think I like just below. So like usually not the bottom setting, obviously not flat, maybe just 1 up or 2 up from the bottom. Right. No going to full failure, obviously. I'm gonna go close, but I'm just gonna not be stupid. Right, 1 good set on these, so let's make the most of it. That'll do. It don't feel like it when I'm moving about, but the carbs have obviously done something. I think last week I did this, I feel like I only got 7. A lot more fatigued obviously, but yeah, good sign. 9 reps on that today. We can definitely build on that. Usually, especially if we don't do a fly first, we can probably do 3.5, maybe 4 plates for 6. But yeah, again, I find 6 to 10 for chest the sweet spot. A lot of guys like to go higher, but for me, 6, 8. I think 8's a good number when trying to grow your chest. But obviously, we're not trying to grow his chest today. We're just trying to tickle it. But yeah, off season, incline Smith is something that you're going to see go up. Remember that. Right, let's get a Cybex flying. We're going to do 2 sets of these today. 2 good working sets on this. Volume's such a subjective thing, man. Off season, food's high. Gonna be doing a lot more volume than what you're doing. This back end of a diet, back end of a cutting phase, back end of a prep, especially two days out. But good rule of thumb, what I think sensible is 2 working sets for most body parts. If you recover well, feel like you can handle more, try more. If your recovery is shit, pull a working set away from a strong body part, or away from something that's quite demanding. But yeah, when you've been programming training for years, it's so easy, but it is very, very simple to do. It is very simple to do. Not rocket science, I'll tell you that anyway. Right, let's go. Ideally, I want 2 sets, 10 to 15 on these. See how we get on. That'll do. So as soon as your rep style starts changing, the set's over. Then, so with something like a side raise, you can sort of go past failure and you can still isolate your delt. Whereas with a fly movement, what you'll find is you'll probably get to a point where you can only get to there, and then the only way to get them together is by engaging your delts. And again, that's something that we want to avoid. The more things that we can control, the better. And like I said, if you start doing reps where you're using your shoulders and you're taking out your chest, then where do you draw the line? It's just harder to track progress. And as well, you run a little bit of risk of injury. Right, we're gonna have a little bit more rest, and then we're gonna go again on that weight. Set number 2, same again. So again, with an isolation movement, it's an opportunity to focus more on the stretch and the squeeze. So really emphasizing the squeeze, really focusing on that connection. Because a lot of the time when you're doing the heavy presses, you don't really even need to think about the connection, because when you're moving it, as long as your body's in the right position, it'll hit the muscle. But not saying that it won't without the squeeze, but use the isolation movements to go a little bit higher rep range, and just focus, like I say, a bit more on the contraction, a little bit more on the stretch. Right, let's go find a good press. Nautilus leverage press. Sick machine. Most of them are here, to be fair. Pretty much all of them. In off season, we probably are going to have a little go at some dumbbells again. I've not touched dumbbells for a while, but I was thinking about it the other night, like, dumbbells grew my chest the most out of everything, and I get a real good connection. And the only downside is, when you get to a certain strength, it can be tricky getting them up, especially when you train on your own. I hate having to rely on people, man. Not worse. There's always a bit more of a risk with dumbbells. But if we're doing more back end at workout, when we're a little bit weaker, we shouldn't have to as ever. Right. I just want one good set on this. I'm not going to do no super slow negatives out like that. I'm just going to make sure I'm moving the weight nicely and I can feel it good. And I'm going to try and stop before I hit failure. Right. Last set of these, then we're going to do some triceps. Perfect. Nice. So you'll notice on a lot of my presses, I never fully lock out on a chest press. I might go as close as 95%. On this, I'd say I went for more like 85, 90. But just because I find that if you're not careful, you can overextend and end up using your delts, which obviously you want to be able to try and keep the tension on your chest throughout the entire movement, from the stretch position all the way up to the peak contraction. I do see a lot of guys going past that and they can almost rest at the top. If you can rest at the top of a press, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. There's tension's coming off the bar somewhere. We're going to do some old school straight bar push downs. I know I said it before that I prefer the rope, just because it's easier to not start incorporating your delts when you go to failure. But today I fancy the straight bar. You're going to get a nice stretch and a nice squeeze. No crazy weight. We just want 2 good sets of these. Right, let's see how this feels. I've done 1 warm-up set just to test the waters. Let's have a go. That'll do. I think if I did another it, I'd have been a bit more forced. And I feel like I'd started using a little bit of shoulders. Started cheating a bit then. Right, again, 2 days out. No need to be doing none of that.
See right now, we're going in.
Nice, man. Nice pump today. Feels like it's been a while. Right. Posing room. So then, guys, what do we think? Not a bad pump. Not a bad pump if I'd say so to myself. Get a bit of glute action in for you, because I know all of you really want to see it. Yeah, man. We're ready. We're ready. Just a little bit of drying out to do now. But yeah, chest is nice and full. I'm happy. The work has been done. The work has been done. Let's do it double bicep. Oh yeah, we're happy with that. We're happy with that. Fullness achieved. Can always be fuller, but conditions everything, man. Need to make sure that we're peeled on stage. I'd rather sacrifice a tiny bit of fullness for condition at the end of the day. Yeah. Oh. Right, another 6 session today, man. Another 6 session today. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I had a bit of a wobble the other day, my head went a little bit. I started to get ahead of myself. I started to think, what if I do win this show, I'm thinking, then I've got to do 3 more weeks of prep, at least 2 more weeks of prep. But if you want to if you've got something to achieve, man, you've got to be willing to do whatever it takes. It'll pay off one day, it'll pay off in the future. And as well, on the other end, I was speaking to my coach about it, Cuba, and he was saying like, look bro, the work's done. We don't need to get no more body fat off now. It's like, so we're just cruising. All the body fat's been done. No more pushing. We can just chill now, train and eat. And even then, like after the show, I know that those first 8 to 12 weeks, I feel like they're the most important for staying disciplined and keeping sensitive. And the first 6 to 8, 12 weeks of your off season, especially after a show, is going to be what dictates how well your off season is and how much you grow. So if you're binging all the time, you put on 30 pounds in them first like 4 weeks, you're in for a bumpy road, man. And then when it comes to diet again, you're not going to be as responsive. You're going to have to go low food and all them things. So after the show, we'll win or lose, whatever happens. food's gonna be low for a little bit. It is what it is. If I'm competing again this year, the food's gonna be the same anyway, so it don't matter. The only difference is you got a potential for a little bit more flexibility when you're not in competition prep. But flexibility will come, balance will come. Like, if you've got good things to achieve, balance ain't gonna, you can't become good friends with balance, I'm afraid. Balance ain't even in the thing. And obviously, I want to see what I can do with these next 3 to 5 years, milk it, get the most out of bodybuilding what I can, really push myself, see how far I can take it. Because if I don't, and I give up, I know I'm only going to regret it. Yeah, that's just how it is. You've got to think like a champion before you be a champion. And if you want to become a professional, you've got to act and be a professional before you become a professional. That's what I believe anyway. Right, I'm going to take some post-workout shots for Cuba and my budgie smugglers. And then I'm going to get in car, and I've got post-workout today. We have got cinnamon flavoured cream of rice with extra cinnamon on, obviously. We've got blueberries. We've got what else have we got? We've got some almond butter, but not just any almond butter, almond and coconut butter. But and then we've got some chicken. Don't knock the chicken. The chicken and cream of rice combo till you've tried it. Like I said, you guys might be thinking, what the fuck, this guy is gonna eat chicken every single meal. But again, whatever it fucking takes, baby, whatever it fucking takes, it'll pay off one day. Check out Nick Walker. All that cunt does is eat fucking chicken and rice. Right guys, another one. Thanks for watching. We've got back tomorrow, Friday, one day out. And then I'm going to try and, on Saturday, I'm going to try and vlog a bit of the show as well to put on for you guys. Yeah. But either way, I'm loving this journey, man. I'm loving it. The ups, the occasional downs, it is what it is. It's all part and parcel of it. Wherever there's rain, there's always sunshine after. Simple as that. Right. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed it, drop a like, drop a comment, and make sure you're subscribed.